Hello everyone, so in this video I'll tell you how I got a job in USA while working in South Africa. I'll also share the techniques that I use to actually apply to jobs to help you get a job much easier. So without wasting any time, let's get right into it. So I usually use linkedin.com and indeed.com to apply to jobs. So I use linkedin.com to apply to my current job. So after I applied, I actually got a message from someone who actually advertised the job on LinkedIn. So after that, he just told me that I need to apply on the company's website so I can be considered. So I actually followed the link and I applied on the company's website. Then after a few days, I think about 3 days, I got a call from someone who's working in South Africa as well, who's an admin. So she called me and we had a casual interview. It didn't take that long. I think it was about 10 minutes to 15 minutes interview. Then on that call as well, we discussed the salaries as well, my salary expectation. Then at the end of the interview, she told me if I'm successful, I'm going to get an invitation to meet the tech lead of the company. Then that was the case. I met the tech lead and we just had a basic interview. So at the end of the interview, he told me that if I'm successful, I was going to meet the 2 team members who are senior developers at the company. So that was the case as well. So I met the 2 team members. Then after meeting the 2 team members, I actually got a call again from the admin person and she congratulated me for meeting the 2 people, and she told me that they enjoyed the conversation we had. So she told me if I'm successful, I was going to get a job offer from the company. Then I think it took about 3 weeks, and during those 3 weeks, as I was waiting, I was still applying to other jobs and also I was interviewing with other companies. So after the 3 weeks, I actually got a job offer from the company, and the same lady called me and we had a discussion related to everything on the job offer so that she can clarify anything that is unclear. Then after that, I signed the job offer. Then she sent me the contract. So on the contract, it stated that I was going to work on a 6 weeks probation period. So yeah, it took about 6 weeks, which was a bit strange because usually it takes about 3 months to be assessed. But on the contract, they did mention that there was a possibility for the probation period to be extended if they don't have enough data to actually see if you performed well. So after the 6 weeks passed, I got another offer to actually work full-time. So I signed all the paperwork. There were a lot of paperwork that I signed because I was working at a foreign company. So yeah, I signed all the paperwork and I started working at that company. So now I'm going to show you how I usually apply to jobs on linkedin.com and indeed.com, because those are the platforms that I usually use. I've tried Offerzen, but I've never gotten any good results from the other platforms that I've used. So on linkedin.com, so what you do is you go to the search box, you search for the keywords web developer or software developer or just the word developer. So that's how I usually search for jobs. Then it's going to show the results. Then upon getting the results, what you need to do is to actually filter those results. So you go to the date and make sure that you filter the results by 24 hours so you can see all the job posts that were posted within 24 hours. Then the next thing you need to do is to change the application type or the application method and change that to easy apply. They have that feature on indeed.com and on linkedin.com. So it's going to show you all the results of the job posts that have easy apply option on them, and that option allows you to actually apply to these jobs much faster, right? They'll pre-fill all the forms for you if you've already applied to jobs before, right? After getting the results, what I do is I look for certain job titles. So I usually look for software developer, full stack developer, or front-end developer, right? So I click on any random job post. Then after clicking on that, I'm going to look at how many applications were sent to the company or how many people applied to this job. Then if it's less than 200, I'm going to apply to that job so I have a better chance of being reviewed. So after that, I just check the job description briefly. Then if it's interesting, then I'm going to check the requirements. Then on the requirements, I'm going to check if the tools or the technologies that they're using, I love them, to make sure that I'm going to love working at this company. If they're using technologies that I don't love using or I don't have experience in those technologies, I'm not going to apply. And also they might mention like a bunch of skills, which is impossible to learn all of them. So just look for the skills that you have. If you have skills which are essential, just apply anyway. So for example, if it's a front-end developer position and you see HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and also React or any other framework that you have experience in, apply. They might mention Figma and SAS and all these things that you don't know or you haven't learned them yet. That doesn't mean you shouldn't apply. Just apply anyway. Don't be scared or be thrown off when you see those results. Just apply anyway. And also on the requirements, they might expect you to have a computer science degree or an IT degree or have a certificate, right? That doesn't mean you shouldn't apply, just apply anyway. Sometimes they're just doing that to see if they can get those people, but if they don't find people who actually will be competent at this position and you are the person who will be competent than those who actually have a degree, then you'll get the job, right? So yeah, that's how I usually apply to jobs, right? So just make sure that you apply to as many jobs as possible. Don't be waiting for the results to come and sit around. Just make sure that you apply every single day and focus on applying rather than focusing on getting feedback, right? Because you might not get feedback from these companies, so just focus on applying to as many jobs as possible. That's why I usually apply to jobs in different countries to have a better chance of landing that interview or getting feedback from these companies, right? And in my case, it actually took me about 3 weeks to hear back from the company that I'm working at the moment. So don't be sitting around waiting for the companies to actually get back to you. Just keep on applying to as many jobs as possible to have a better chance of landing that first interview. So yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I release new content. And lastly, like this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.